Hi. So today my guides want to talk about managing your energy. Now myself, I look at it as when you're out and about with people that they're gonna affect your energy because especially if you're an empath, any emotion they're feeling or any energy that they're carrying around with them, you'll be pulling that straight into your body because you act like a sponge for these sort of emotions because you automatically start to feel what the other person's feeling. And also, especially if you're a healer, you start pulling that energy in to be changed for healing or just because you don't realize you're a healer and you're pulling that energy in and you don't know how to get rid of it, which is all part sometimes of people's healing journey. So let's see what they're going to say about managing your energy. The reason why we wish to bring up the subject of managing your energy is that many of you are now going to be back out and about in the world. Many of you are going to be interacting with people on a level that you have forgotten about because you have been in your own little bubble, your own little support group, your own little interactions. And even in those, you have probably been noticing the difference in your energy. Now, for those of you who do not do energy work, this may be speaking double Dutch, as this one may use. But what we want to tell you is that every living being creates an energy field around them, and that energy field interacts with other beings' energy fields when they smooth together, they connect, they walk past each other, whatever way you wish to put it. And what will happen is depending on the person's energy, is that you can pull one person's energy into yours and vice versa. So if you're walking past a negative person, they may pull your positive energy into them to make themselves feel better. And what happens is that this person, if you try to stop them, may start to get aggressive or angry or argumentative or disruptive to make you drop your guard so that they can take more of your energy. Or what may happen is your energy may make them feel uh, weird, we'll use the word, so that they want to get away from you. So you may notice that as you walk past certain people, they want to get away from you and your energy as quickly as possible. So what you must understand is if you are a high vibrational being, a healer, or any other person who works with the energy of light, this will happen. And to not worry and think that there's something wrong with you. What is happening is that your energy is so full of light that people who are experiencing certain emotions and have certain energy cannot deal with your high vibrational energy. It feels foreign to them. It makes them, in some cases, not feel very well. And whereas if you were connecting to someone who was of the same vibration as you, there would be no reaction and they would talk to you normally. These people see it as an attack because they've not experienced this level of love and light and balance in their lives. So they automatically think you are attacking them and will either behave a certain way towards you or they will walk away from you thinking that you've done something terrible to them. So, this is why we ask you to ground and protect your energy. This will stop your energy leaking into other people's energy and also stop you from reacting to that other person's energy as well. So, simply by walking out of the door without any protection on would simply be the same as walking out without an umbrella in a wet weather situation or without a coat in a cold weather situation. So that is why before you leave your home, we ask you to place a bubble of protection around you. It's a very simple thing, a very simple intention. We just ask that a bubble of protection is put around you, either by asking your guardian angel, please put a bubble of protection around me before I leave my home, or as many of the spiritual community may ask, is your number one guide, ask them to place a bubble of protection around you. And then you can go about your day. This will stop people reacting to your energy, because you will be stopping your energy from being affecting others. However, what sometimes will happen is that you then feel someone pressing against your energy. So you may need to adjust the size of the bubble so that you are in a safe space, but you are not feeling this person's energy pressing against you. Or, which this one sometimes does, is ask that the protection bubble expands and contracts as is needed in the space, so that if you are in a large space, your bubble can expand, and it will shrink if you are in a confined space, but always making sure that your energy is not being affected by others, because this is something that is really important as we go into the different timelines, that you maintain your own energy and are not influenced by other energies around you, because everybody will be experiencing the timelines in a totally different way. And many people have talked about this split in the timelines, but what they do not understand is that everybody will be experiencing their own timeline until everything settles down and becomes one timeline. So you may notice that the beings around you seem to be in a different phase of life to you. They don't seem to be working on the same level, or they don't seem to be even seeing you. And this is because their vibration and their timeline is different to yours. And so, if you want to interact with them more fully, you have to ask to be taken into their timeline if you need to interact with them. Otherwise, you will just carry on in the timeline that you are in until the energy settles and all the timelines become one. This is pretty standard stuff when the planet is moving into the fifth dimension, and as has been covered in other subjects, is that what often happens is when a planet is going through an ascension, the beings upon it of a sentient nature are often removed, and then when the planet ascends, they are allowed to return, should we call it? We'll call it return, at a time when their vibration is matching, and that only the natural planetary beings are left there, such as plants and animals. However, anyone else who has come later in the process of the planet will be removed, and they will be required to go through certain recalibrations to return to the planet. But they will not go through normally the actual process of ascension. Now, because on some level you have all agreed that you would like to go through the ascension with the planet, that is why so many people have incarnated at this time, because they want to be part of the show, they want to be part of the ride. And though it may not feel like that to you at the level that you're working on, that is what is occurring. That as this planet shifts fully and completely into the fifth dimension, and the beings upon it do the same, you will be given the choice and experience of moving into the fifth dimension, or you will be given the choice of being moved into a different vibration until it is either your time to exit this planet or you decide to exit this planet. And this may come as a shock to some people, but it is all about choices, the future. If you choose to stay, you will end up being moved into the fifth dimension finally. However, if you choose not to be in those dimensions, then you will slowly be given the choice to leave. However, it's not a very quick process, as some people are saying. Though a lot of the energy has been shifted, there is still time to change the generations that are on this planet now. It may happen very quickly that the generations decide to wake up and say, yes, I want to move into the fifth dimension and do the work to do it. And then others may choose not to. And then it has to be allowed that these beings are shifted into these other dimensions at a later date if they choose, or that they as a being is removed in the natural process of things. Because what happens is that all beings who incarnate on this planet are given exit points. And if you feel that I have learned enough and the planet is shifting, so I don't want to continue this journey, you will be given an exit point of something, be it an accident or an illness that you have chosen to leave under. And as you leave, you will learn more lessons. You will learn how to be a different sort of being as part of that transition. But what we must say is that you do not dwell on this, because, as we say, if you do the work, you can move into the fifth dimension. But if you do not wish to do the work because you are still entrenched in the third and fourth dimensions, then it is not a problem. It is your experience, it is your choice. This planet is a free will planet. And so you have a choice to stay or a chance to move into another level of experience in another place. And again, we say is that when you leave this plane, it does not mean that your journey is over. It means that you've chosen to continue your energetic spiritual journey on a different plane in a different way. So many of you, again, may decide to incarnate to carry on your experiences of 3 and 4D and be placed in a different solar system or on a different Earth-like planet to carry on your existence, or you will stop the journey altogether and go back to the spirit world, as you call it, where you will continue your journey of the soul until you complete what you are set to complete. However, many people find that they would rather continue the journey in the physical plane because you do get a lot more completed in a shorter time rather than what happens in the spirit world. So if in 5 years you do an immense amount of work, it would equate to 100 years in the spirit world in some cases. But again, it's all down to the individual and how willing you are to do the work so that you can achieve these things. So, as we say, you are not just here to be incarnated at this time because it is an experience. You are here to gather information for the divine so that they can understand what is going on, what it is like to be in a physical form, what it is like to incarnate in a physical form, and also what it is like to go through an ascension in the physical form. And so we ask that you uh, experience this in a more heightened way, a more enlightened way, a more spiritual way. And if those around you do not wish to, then we ask you to go into the energy of acceptance. Accept that all beings are on their own separate path. You may crisscross with those beings. You may do things together and then separate in whichever capacity. What you must understand is that each person has their own individual past and they all have their own individual belief systems and also experiences. So, as has come out through many of these experiences, it shows you as a person how much you try to influence others around you because you believe your viewpoint is correct, and how much you should be letting go. So that is the work that you need to center on. Are you allowing others to live the lives that they have chosen to live as part of the path of incarnation, or are you trying to influence them? And as you do so, the other thing that may make your mind go, wow, is that you have already agreed to do this for them and them for you. So that when you interact with people and they are trying to make you think like them, it is your choice that you have asked for. Am I going to fall in with these people and then in X amount of time have to come back to where I was? Or am I going to stand my ground and continue my journey on the path that I have chosen? And this is one of many things that will come up as you move back into the world. So we ask that you are patient with yourself, that you keep an eye on your thoughts and are sensible. Do not be pulled into other people's mindsets and fear. Stay in your own energy, stay in your own beliefs. And if, as you receive different information, you feel it right to let go of old beliefs, let go of beliefs and mindsets that do no longer serve you, then do so. But do not allow yourself to be forced into change because of heavy emotion or any other sort of coercion that is coming your way because the one around you believes that what they are saying is right. Always question, always investigate, always check what is going on with you, what is going on with them, and find out what is the truth, find out what is really going on. And straight away, as always, we tell you, your heart energy will tell you by how you feel about the information being given you. If it puts you in high vibrational joy, then the information is helpful. If it makes you feel tight and frightened, then it is trying to lower your energy by giving you a worldview that is lowering your energy so that you become like others rather than an individual on their own path who shares their experience with others. So we will leave you there. We've talked enough. Bye for now. Okay, so today is managing your energy, and it's all down to making sure that you can be on your own path, doing what you came here to do, rather than allowing others to pull you off your path. Share if you have to, but don't allow them to pull you off your path. Otherwise, you'll have more work to do. So, bye for now.